Thanks for tuning in. Today we're going to be reviewing the Outbound Lighting Hangover Bike Helmet Light. Named after the popular Hangover Trail in Sedona, Arizona, the Outbound Lighting Hangover is a lightweight and meticulously engineered bike light specifically designed for helmet mounting. Note we have the latest version here, which features a thermally conductive polymer molded housing, which is both lighter and sleeker than the previous shell. Packaging is very simple. You have a nice cardboard box, branding printed right on there. It's also made in the USA, which is really nice to see. So they're a small company right out of Chicago, Illinois, and a lot of the material actually comes from the US as well. Let's go ahead and open this up and go over the specs. Retail price on this is $135, so pretty affordable. This again is an all-in-one design, so integrated battery with a 3500 milliamp capacity and 6 LEDs that are specifically designed to create a beam pattern to really create a carpet of light from your helmet. This has a USB Type-C charging port, which supports on-the-go charging. So you can actually run this with an external battery pack if you're doing a really long ride. And it uses a GoPro mount, so very easy to mount on almost any type of accessory instead of using proprietary style designs. In terms of what comes with it, you get the light, you get the nice 3M adhesive style camera mount. You can see easily removable. They also have $5 replacement pucks here, so this is better suited for a flat helmet. If your helmet has a vent or a little peak here, they also have a notch version or a wider version. So very affordable. I would definitely check what helmet you have and see if that works. You get a USB-C to USB-A charging cable. They also have USB-C to C, if that's not something you already own. And then a simple instruction manual on the inside. And again, you can see packaging is very simple, no wasted plastic, and stuff you usually just throw away. Very simple graphics on how to use the light. So pretty sleek packaging overall. Let's take a look at the weight of the light by itself with the mount disconnected. That comes in at 106 grams, so pretty close to the claimed 100-gram weight. And then the included mount with the adhesive backing still on it, that is 28 grams. Helmet lights not only augment the output of your handlebar lights, but they also help you see around corners as it swivels with you when you turn your head. That's why a dual setup where you use a helmet light and a handlebar light is really the way to go if you do any nighttime trail riding. You can see Outbound Lighting has really optimized the design of the Hangover to work on a helmet. So it's only about 100 grams, so very lightweight, so it won't weigh you down. And then it has this very nice wide beam. You have 6 LEDs in here, and you can see they're spaced very close to each other. What that helps it do is it creates a wide beam. And to further improve that, they've actually modified the lens here. So you can see these vertical deflectors, that helps distribute it. So if you look at the beam shape, you have a bright spot in the middle from the center LEDs, and then a nice fade off on the sides from those deflectors. So as you move away, you get a nice wide beam that really lights up the road around you and lets you see around the corner. You can see the shell on here extends slightly above, so you get this anti-glare cover if you were to mount this on your handlebar. And you have the polymer shell. So it's a rubberized texture, looks pretty good and feels very durable. Outbound Lighting printed here, a nice big power button and one big one with this rubber coating. The 4 LED indicators that show your status mode and the battery status. Underneath this, you have the USB Type-C charging port. And this also supports on-the-go charging. So if you want to do a really long ride, you can hook up an external battery pack and keep running this for much longer run times. And then finally, the GoPro mount on here. Now, GoPro is really the way to go because it's very common. And you can see with this included mount, it simply goes on the center, slides in, you slide the thumb screw on, and then you get nice up and down angle control. And then again, it works with so many third-party attachments that you really don't have to worry about finding a mount. Now in terms of the user interface, it's really simple. So Outbound Lighting knows you're not going to read the user manual. So they've kept it down to a single button and 2 menu levels. So one press turns the light on, press it again, and it cycles through 4 different constant modes. Hold it to turn it off. Now to access the 2 flash modes, it's a little bit tricky and something you actually have to read the manual for, otherwise you don't know. but you hold it for 3 seconds. And now you can see we have 2 flash modes, one for daytime and one for nighttime. You can see this one is the daytime. It flashes the outer ones while keeping the inner one on. And then you have this pulse mode, which pulses all of them up and down with an occasional flash to catch people's attention. So pretty nice, and the fact that the flash modes are separate from the constant modes means you'll never accidentally turn it on in one of those modes. So when you first turn on the light, it always goes back on the constant modes, and you can see I'll never accidentally press it. You really have to consciously enter flash mode. You also notice that there's 4 LED indicators here. When you switch the mode, it'll actually indicate what the mode is. So the 4 constant modes will do left to right, and then the flash modes will flash the outer ones or inner ones in specific patterns. And then when you wait for a little bit, that'll actually show you the battery status. So after a few second delay, this is a 6-level battery status indicator. So really nice. You're not going to be riding and just realize, oh, I ran out of battery. Instead, you get 6 levels. With the 4 of them full, obviously you have 80 to 100%. And then it will go down to 1, and then 1 flashing at slow speed or fast speed to indicate you're really low. So really nice setup and provides a lot of information. There is no remote with this light though, which is one downside. So you do have to reach up and press it, but with this button being so big, it's pretty easy to feel and has nice texture to it. Here you can see some riding footage with the Hangover, as well as the Magicshine Monteer 6500S on our handlebar. It's a really nice setup with the handlebar light. You have big illumination in front of your bike. And then the helmet light lets you see around corners. So as you can see here, when you're rotating around a corner, you can use the Hangover to see what's coming up. And if there's an obstacle, you can focus in on it. Plus, it's so high up, it really helps you stay illuminated. So even if you're on the roads, people will definitely see you. Outbound Lighting has added quite a few modes. There's 5 total modes, plus an adaptive one that'll ramp down from the highest constant down to about a medium. There's 2 flash modes, which are really only useful if you're really going on road sections before your trail ride. I wouldn't really use this as a commuter light as it's a big beam and has a lot of glare, but it is very small and compact, so you can get some more versatility out of it. But combined with the handlebar light, it's a really great light. Again, as you're going around corners and you're riding at faster speeds, you have the confidence to know what's coming up ahead, and you have a nice uniform beam without any real hot spots to light up the road. Plus, with that high angle of the helmet light, you have less shadows, which are something you get with handlebar lights, so it really lights up any obstacle or dip in the road. Now let's compare the Hangover with some other products on the market. We have quite a few Outbound Lighting products here. We have the Detour on the right side. You can see very similar in designs, bigger. This is designed more for road cycling, so it has a refractor style lens. So you can see that scalloped reflector on the inside. That creates a nice beam cutoff, so the top mounted LEDs reflect downward. And then you have this sharp cutoff, which prevents glare. So if someone's coming up to you, you can see there's no glare there. Versus a traditional light, which would be something like this, with the light directly in your face. It has a very similar design, big power button, 4 LED indicator, and it has that same polymer shell, so it has a rubber texture to it. It's very soft and pretty sleek looking. This is more of a handlebar light, so you can see it has their tripod style mount that goes right on your handlebar and is really great for road cycling. The Hangover is part of the downhill racing combination that Outbound Lighting offers. This combines this Evo light, and you can see much bigger. So it is a big light with 9 LEDs. You can see these vertical deflectors on there, and that really creates a very big beam, so you can see how nice and smooth it is as they all sort of blend together. So the combination of these 2 lights is a really impressive combination and can really light up the trail. This is obviously pretty heavy and big, so not something you want to mount on your helmet, while the Hangover provides a nice wide beam at a much lighter weight. Magicshine also has quite a few lights. Here we have the 8500S, so 8500 lumen, uses a wired battery pack that we don't have here. You have to plug it in. But you can see the headlamp itself is pretty lightweight as you don't have a battery in there. They have the smaller Monteer versions like the 3500 that are better suited for helmet mounting, and they use the Garmin mount, which you can attach to a GoPro using a Garmin to GoPro adapter. You get the same swivel capability, and it is wired, which means you do have to run a wire down to the battery pack. So that's one nice advantage of the Hangover. You don't have to worry about battery packs. It's really all in one and nice and light. Magicshine also has other smaller lights like the Ulti, but you can see these are really not designed for helmet mounting, while the Hangover has a nice wide, narrow profile versus a more traditional light that is a cylindrical beam with a longer body and the battery in the back. Now let's go over the pros and cons for the Outbound Lighting Hangover. What we like about it is they have a slim profile. It's really optimized for helmet mounting with the wide design, but narrow depth. You also have a simple GoPro mounting design, so you can really put this anywhere, and it's really lightweight, so you don't feel it on your head. You also have a user-friendly menu design and battery indicators, so you always know how much battery you have with the little LED indicators. The main negative with the light is the fact that it does lack a remote, so switching modes can be a little annoying as you have to reach up and press the button. Taking everything into account would give the Outbound Lighting Hangover a 9.1 out of 10. It's a nice lightweight and optimized helmet light to help you see on trails and the road. Thanks for watching this review. Don't forget to like and subscribe. You can see more content from us on our website at thesweetcyclist.com, as well as follow us on Instagram at thesweetcyclist. This is The Sweet Cyclist reminding you to enjoy the ride.